What is up, guys? Joel, Black.Death.Thrash.Doom once again, and you're probably wondering, first of all, why haven't I done my best of 2022 list yet? I've had a couple people ask, where the hell is it? I got really sick, ended up in the hospital, ended up having to go to the intensive care thing the next day. Anyways, had to heal from that, having some serious stomach issues that I've kind of had off and on for years. Anyways, I'm better now, but when I was feeling slightly better, I recorded a video of my top 2022 albums, and it just didn't turn out very good. I would have to edit it down a ton because there were just so many chops in it, and so many places where I had to think and was not quite thinking correctly because I wasn't feeling that great. So anyways, that is coming. Rest assured, the list is there. I just need to re-record it, edit it, put it out. In the meantime, I saw this tag video that was going around, and it originated with the Rock Scout. I'm going to go ahead and leave a link to his video in the comment section down below, so if you're not aware of this tag video, you can see where it originated from and his questions. He's a cool rock metal channel. I never even knew about him until now, but I checked his channel out last night, and some really good content. So I guess every year he puts out a list of 20 questions for people to answer about your collection, and it seems like this year was specifically targeted towards metalheads. I watched a couple people's responses, promptly stopped watching responses because I realized that one of the channels, the very first question had the exact same answer that I did, so I had to modify my first answer. So I'm going to try to do this in one take. Hopefully I don't screw up too bad. So the first question that the Rock Scout posed out of 20 questions was a false start album. What's an album that you struggled with at first but grew to like? Now, this is the one that somebody else got my answer for, so I had to really think about it because their answer was perfect. It was literally the exact same album for me. But this was actually another one that is a pretty good example because I love Obituary, and I started with Slowly We Rot, and in my opinion, Obituary has never topped Slowly We Rot. It's my favorite Obituary album. Cause of Death is fucking great. Incomplete, fucking great. But then World Demise came out, and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. And, Complete with Dead Duck, and I couldn't get into it. I got it on tape, and I was like, this is just so, I don't know, almost radio friendly. It was very catchy, and sometimes upbeat, as opposed to some of the other stuff. The older stuff, especially Slowly We Rot, is so goddamn dark and so deep and dank. And this was just a little bit better produced and a little bit more upbeat, dare I say. However, these days, I fucking love World Demise. Don't care. World Demise, Redefine, one of my favorite Obituary songs. Fucking Final Thoughts, man. Come on, this album is fucking awesome. If you haven't heard World Demise in a while, maybe give it a shot again because it is a great album. Question number 2, album with war theme and lyrics. Oh, in case you guys are wondering what my original answer was, and this is why I stopped watching people's responses, my original answer was Napalm Death, Fear, Emptiness, and Despair, and that's exactly what Explosive Action chose too. So when I was a teenager, I had that on tape, and there was this kid named Zach, and he loved Napalm Death, and we'd always make fun of him because Barney at the time would go, "Roar!" and we'd call him Napalm Death Zach Roar. And I wonder if that kid remembers that. Anyways, second question. Album with war theme or lyrics. I was going to choose a Destroyer 666 album, but it's sitting in my car. It's a really good reason to not choose an album. But I found something just as suitable and something that I talk about a lot, and I still don't hear people really talk about this band much anymore, but Ophthalmia, or I always pronounced it Ophthalmia, Dominion. I mean, this is straight up about war. This is about the king getting murdered and the war that ensues afterward. There's even a fucking song called Time for War. It's the main, the first real track after the kind of intro track. This is amazing black metal, very riffy. This is like if you took traditional heavy metal and just added black metal standards to everything. The drums are black metal, the distortion's black metal, the vocals are black metal, the subject matter is very black metal, but as far as riffiness, it sounds like traditional heavy metal mixed with black, and it's fucking amazing. I'll never stop talking about that album. Most influential metal musician to you of the last 10 years? That's question number 3. Very, very fucking easy. I discovered these I discovered this guy a couple years ago. I'm going to take it out of the sleeve, and this is a great time for me to show off a couple vinyl. I only have so much vinyl. I mostly collect CDs, but this is literally one of my newest favorite bands like ever. Got Esoctrilum, Dileth, Requiem for the Serpent Telepath, and one of the greatest logos in metal ever. Some of the greatest art in metal, and this is freaking one of my babies. Freaking absolutely awesome double gatefold vinyl, and the vinyl itself is a beautiful splatter purple. Definitely one of my favorite vinyls of all time. Let's see if I can put this away smoothly and cleanly so I don't have to edit shit. I don't want to edit shit. I don't want to edit shit. Alright, so there we go. Esoctrilum, if you don't know, one-man dude from France. And it's the most scathing, crazy, cosmic, frightening, violent black metal with symphonic elements, depending on which album you choose. Some can be a lot harsher with less symphonic elements, and some can have a lot more symphonic elements, and are just either way a vicious cosmic attack that sounds like black metal that was brought here from outer space. It's fucking incredible. If you've never heard Esoctrilum, Dileth is a great place to start. Band on your 2C list. Now, I don't know if Emperor is still playing. Emperor is traditionally my favorite black metal band. Of course, I've got, newer favorites like Esoctrilum, Archon and Faustus, some of my other favorite black metal bands. But traditionally, like my old favorite, standby, fucking favorite band is Emperor. And I'm not sure if those guys are still playing anymore. I know they do one-off shows once in a while, and I think they might tour once in a while. Anyways, we're not going to go with Emperor because I'm not sure. I'm going to go with Mortiferum. Deep, dark death metal, if you like incantation, Drodden Quartered, ritual necromancy. Any of that's immolation. Any of that stuff, you'll like Mortiferum. Mortiferum's amazing. I'd really like to see them live. There's a really good video of them playing live on YouTube. I've already linked that before in this channel. Question number 5, an album that energizes you. I actually had this playing in the background. I changed my mind because it was just so goddamn fast. It just sounded like static when I was testing to see how the sound levels were. But we got Seraphian Dawn, Son of the Deep. This is an Australian band from Sydney. And this is a 5-song, I guess it's an album, I guess it's an EP, it's somewhere in between an album and EP. It's like a half-hour long if I remember correctly, but this is fucking riffy, speedy, amazing black metal that is just so catchy and so fucking well composed and written that it just absolutely pumps me up. I mean, it's incredible. As soon as I hear it, I'm just like, fucking yeah! Alright, next, an album, Big Freeze. Show a snow or ice album cover or song or lyric. I'm going to go with album cover. I don't feel like delving into lyrics. I'm not really that much of a lyric guy. This is an old classic that I never knew about until recently. I talked about that on this channel before. Solstice, self-titled, fucking snowy, amazing, Death into Thrash, Thrash into Death. But yeah, Solstice, amazing shit. 2 members from Malevolent Creation, or ex-members, but yeah. Dude, you can't go wrong with Solstice. It's just some of the best shit. Man, I could have put this as the answer for the last question, which was an album that energizes you. Okay. Question number 7, a song with royal ties. And I guess they meant like, a king or queen in the title, something like that. I immediately thought of Keep of Kalison's Armada, and another chance for me to show off a vinyl. Crown of Kings, the second song on this album, is just an absolute banger. Thrashy black metal, just fucking pure speed, balls out, aggression, attack, just so fucking good. So goddamn good. Crown of Kings, really, really an amazing song on an amazing album. Keep of Kalison, I really wish they sounded like that again. Number 8, a predominantly green album cover. Oh man, this was an easy one. This was an easy one, and I'm surprised of the couple videos I watched, nobody used this one, because it's the greenest album cover that I know of, and also I thought of it because I just scored this not that long ago. I already had this album on CD, but I found this, and it's the Japanese Spine Farm original pressing with the bonus Japanese track, and that's Children of Bodom, Hatebreeder. And this is actually the only Children of Bodom I own. I have had this since well, not this one, but my original copy since it came out, and I fucking love this shit. I usually don't go for crazy guitar wankery, but man, Hatebreeder, Bed of Razors, Warheart? Yeah, Warheart. Fucking Jesus. This album's so good, and it's about as green as you can possibly get. So there you go. An album released in 2021 that you bought but have not listened to this year. There is actually one. Most of the albums that I buy, I give them quite a few listens, but I was kind of disappointed by this. And it's funny, if you go to the Metal Archives, people have the exact opposite opinion of me. The first album from this dude, it's just one guy, blew me away. Weird Western dungeon synth, like spaghetti Western movie soundtrack mixed with dungeon synth. I don't even like dungeon synth that much. Like, barely at all. I have like 3 dungeon synth CDs in my collection. Maybe this might be the 4th one, but Untamed Land, their first album was amazing. And this one, the second one, Jesus, I can't even fucking read that. It's black text on brown. Yeah, the creatures seeking their own forms. But yeah, this album kind of disappointed me. They got rid of what made fucking Untamed Land amazing, which was weird spaghetti western, fucking whistles and fucking acoustic strummed guitars, and just a crazy landscape of Southwest flavor, I guess is the best way I could possibly put it. But that album was just like a lot more black metal and a lot more straight up dungeon synth, and I was like, it's alright, it's not bad, I need to listen to it more. Maybe I'll put that on later. Best find of 2022, old or new. That's easy. Take this one out of the sleeve, another chance for me to show off a vinyl. You would think it'd be that Archon and Faustus vinyl that I found in Amoeba for $10, but no. It was actually Lunar Aurora Hogshit. But yeah, the Hogshit album, fuck yes, dude. Lunar Aurora is absolutely one of my favorite black metal bands. German, atmospheric, but crazy production and sound. It's just a black vinyl, but I got this at a fucking antique mall, and at this antique mall, which is literally within walking distance of my house, it's like 2 blocks away, this antique mall has a booth where this guy sells vinyl, and he usually has anything from like, Poison and Motley Crue to occasional shit like this. He did have, I maybe got my Evoken vinyl there too. But Lunar Aurora, fucking amazing. If you're not familiar with that, amazing German black metal. New band / album discovery of 2022. I don't own this, but I'll put a picture here or here. But it's Alters. I had not heard Alters' first album, and I heard this new album when it's like, what the fuck, man? I cannot stop listening to it. It is absolutely one of the greatest albums that's come out in that vein in a while. Alters is just crazy madness of death metal that is like atmospheric and fucking weird. Just, I don't even know how to describe it. I have to describe it because it's going in my top albums of the year for 2022. Spoiler alert, but it's hard to describe how fucking good Alters is, and yeah, there you go. Oh, and I don't own that yet. I tried to order it yesterday, and my order wouldn't go through, or was it the day before yesterday, but I kept trying to order it, and things just kept going wrong, and wouldn't accept my fucking card, so I will own that. It'll be on the way soon. An album sold to you by a song. Oh shit, story time. This is a good one. So, when I lived in Corvallis, there was this record store. It's a fucking mattress store now, but there was this huge record store, CD store called CD World, and they sold records and CDs and tapes, but it was majority CDs, and I used to buy CDs there all the time. And what was really cool is they had this like raised area at the other side of the room from the registers, so way on the big side. It was a huge store, and it was raised by a couple steps, and they had like a couple stereos set up there, and you could get headphones from the dudes up front, and if there was a used album you wanted to listen to, a used CD you wanted to listen to, they'd let you take the CD over there and listen to it on their makeshift play area. I don't know what the hell you call that. Anyways, I found this album and was intrigued by the cover. It was in the metal section, and I was like, It just looks so beautiful, but it looks so intriguing. I had no idea what to think of this. I had never heard of Opeth before, but I saw Still Life, and I asked the dude for headphones, went to the radio listening station area, and listened to the very first song, The More, and was promptly fuckling?
You blew it.
Fucking blown away. I can't talk. Still Life, goddamn. This is my favorite Still Life album. It's probably nostalgia, though I did get a couple albums after this fairly soon afterwards, and I really love those too, but Still Life, to me, has never been topped. Amazing album, and The More totally sold this CD for me. Most anticipated album of 2023. This is a funny one. Everybody's going to say the new Obituary. It's kind of a weird question because I don't really know of anything coming out. It's too early in the year for me to... I think Explosive Action had the same thing to say about that too. It's just like I don't know anything that's coming out for sure next year, except for the new Obituary, which I am looking forward to. But that's the same answer everybody else had. So my answer is the new Aura. Because we know Aura's going to put out a new album, and I can also say, if they didn't, then I'm looking forward to the new S-Octrillium. Because both of the fucking bands are so prolific that you know they're going to put out an album this year. In fact, S-Octrillium surprised us with a new album on the 3rd. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to whatever Aura has to put out this year. If you don't know who Aura is, that's their newest album. They're a highly prolific band, and they usually put out at least an album or a couple releases per year, and Triade 2 Hemera was one of my favorite albums of last year, and I am looking forward to anything that atmospheric black metal band puts out. They are from Sweden, and it's a 3-piece, and chick on vocals with the most amazing vocals, just fucking great atmosphere. 23rd album on your shelf was an interesting one too, because I have multiple shelves, probably like all of us weirdos. And I've got a very small thrash collection over there that I just separated for the rest of my collection. This is my black metal collection and my death metal. So the thing is I just talked about the 23rd album on this shelf. So I went upstairs to my not black, my not death, and my not thrash section, where there's one shelf up there, and I chose the 23rd album there, and that is Crowbar, Obedience Through Suffering, which is just fucking absolutely killer shit. If you're not familiar with Crowbar, I mean, New Orleans fucking sludge, like fucking, yeah, dude, so goddamn good. Obedience Through Suffering, some of the first stuff I ever heard from Crowbar. Actually, is this their first album? This is a reissue, but I can't remember if this is their first album or not, but they had a very strong start. I fucking love Crowbar, so there you go. 23rd album. Last album that has gone into your collection, that would be a Christmas present, and my girlfriend got me 2 CDs, but the one I unwrapped, the most recently, the last one I unwrapped, I have to thank S&T Young, who's a YouTuber. If you don't know who he is, metal channel, awesome personality, great taste in music, especially thrash. He's part of the reason I'm like really getting into like underground, especially German thrash. And I heard about this band from him. He was playing it in the background of one of his videos, and I was like, I fucking need that. I don't care if it's a reissue. I don't care. Just like the stupid Obituary song. Assorted Heap, The Experience of Horror. What a weird name. What a odd fucking album cover. But my god, this is like thrash of the highest order. Just riff mastery, great musicianship, awesome production for the time, and just an assortment of songs that blows my mind as a newcomer to this. This is just so good. If you like old school German thrash, I cannot recommend Assorted Heap enough. A random pull from your collection. So I went with vinyl this time because I don't get to show vinyl very often, and because I have my vinyl's not really in any order. So I just grabbed a vinyl, and here's what we came out with. Deathspell Omega. It's the Si Monumentum Requires Si Monumentum album. And this is original fucking badass double gatefold vinyl. Amazing shit. And yeah, DSO. What's there to be said about DSO? There's some pictures in here I probably shouldn't show. But yeah, DSO, double LP, fucking amazing. You can't go wrong with dissonant absolute riff mastery of crazy black metal proportions. Deathspell Omega. This is during some of my favorite times of theirs. This is when I discovered them, and yeah, very good shit. Got that on CD as well. A band / artist you discovered through social media. Man, this was hard. This was one of the hardest questions. I notoriously find my own music. I really do. And I am in a black metal group that's fucking amazing, and they have recommended really cool shit. But most of the shit I buy is stuff that I discover, and I usually discover it on my own. And I was like, man, I was really struggling to think of something that I know that I saw from that group. And I was thinking more social media, like, not YouTube. If it was YouTube, that would be a very easy answer. I've discovered a ton through YouTube and from metal people and metal channels that are on YouTube. But I was thinking more like Facebook or Instagram or something like that. And specifically the Facebook black metal group I'm in. And the dude that is this band is actually in there occasionally. He's in the group. But this is Mare Cognitum. And I just use Solar Paroxysm as the example. But Mare Cognitum, one man atmospheric black metal from, I think he's from Portland now, but he's from my neck of the woods, the Pacific Northwest, and this is just black metal on a cosmic scale that cannot be matched. A couple years ago he did the split with Spectral Lore. That's how I found him. It's actually sitting right back here. In fact, I could reach it. The Spectral Lore, Mare Cognitum, if that's how you pronounce it, Mare Cognitum, Mare Cognitum. This was my album of the year a couple of years ago, and just amazing shit. And this is how I discovered both of those bands. No, maybe not actually. Mare Cognitum for sure, but actually I knew who Spectral Lore was now that I think about it. But yeah, that is one band that I definitely found from Order of the Black Arts on Facebook. Great group, great bunch of guys. Where do you see your collection progressing in the next 5 years? With prices of music going up and etc. I'm sticking to my guns, and I'm just collecting CDs for the most part, unless it's something on vinyl that I can't live without. The last few vinyls I bought were like that Archon and Faustus, Lunar Aurora. I bought the newest Panopticon, that SR Trillium. There's a few vinyls that I will get, but for the most part, I collect CDs because A, vinyl takes up too much room, too much care, and it's too expensive. So yeah, I'm sticking with my guns, and I'm not really a tape guy, so I'm gonna try to buy more CDs next year, but you know, that requires me not buying games. So okay, a new release you didn't buy this year based on price alone. This was another really hard one because I buy CDs. You know, it wasn't really an issue of anything that I could think of where I was like, it's too expensive and I can't buy that. Now, vinyl, for sure, there was a couple vinyls that I kind of wanted that were too expensive, but they were the average price of vinyl. Yeah, I think the only thing that I can think of is I went to Sam Goody in the mall. Yes, we still have a Sam Goody in our mall. And I saw the new Abath album, Abath. And it was like fucking $20 or $22 for the Digipack, and I hadn't really heard great reviews on it, and I was like, no, I'm not paying I think it was $22 for a fucking Digipack. Maybe there was an extra CD in there or something, but I was like, no, I'm not doing that. So that's the best example. Usually what happens is it's not a price issue, it's more of an availability issue. You know, some shit just sells out too quick and you can't get it no matter what. So, okay. Last one, and somebody is going to hate me for this answer. A song that doesn't belong. A song that lets an album down. In other words, the whole fucking album is great except for one fucking song. You guys are not going to believe my answer because this fucking album is the most fucking killer black metal. I fucking adore this album. It's my personal favorite from the band, and it's Sargeist. Sargeist, Let the Devil In, and it's the fucking title track. Let the devil in, let the devil in the den, let the devil in, let the devil in the den. It's so fucking cheesy. God, I fucking hate that chorus. It's so bad. It's so juvenile. It's like God, it was like fucking Kerry King wrote it. Dun 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 dun. And the fucking, his lyrical pattern reminds me of Bad Deicide. Just no, man, that whole fucking album is so good. From the Black Coffin Lair, Empire of Suffering, Fucking Discovering the Enshrouded Eye. God damn, you could do so much fucking better. And the fact that they titled this fucking album Let the Devil In. First of all, I hate when people refer to the devil. It's so juvenile. God. I mean, I already think satanic lyrics are kind of cheesy as it is, but when you turn Satan or Lucifer into the devil's gonna get you. Like, I don't know, the cheese factor is up. That chorus is terrible. The fucking riff is terrible. I hate it.
You blew it.
That would have been probably one of the most perfect black metal albums in fucking history, up there with Cassus Luciferi and this fucking piece of art right here, but instead you get Let the Devil In, the fucking song. God damn it. Fucking ending on a bad note. Check out the Rock Scout. His questions are amazing. So here's what's really cool. He has also influenced me to do this on my gaming channel. So if you haven't checked out my gaming channel, check out Nintendo. I'll leave a link in the description down below. That is my main channel. I talk about old games, new games, all kinds of stuff. And I am going to be doing a 20 question tag video for the gaming community and modifying the questions a bit. So it's a really good idea, and I appreciate the Rock Scout. Go check out his video. Go check out especially Explosive Actions response. That video was like literally one of his best videos. He had such great responses, and I did check out S&T Young's response, and it was also a very good response video, so I'll leave links to those channels down below, even though you guys probably know those channels more than you know my channel. Thank you guys for watching. You guys are amazing. Please like, subscribe, comment, all that shit. Keep it metal. We're doing this. We're doing it. We're doing it. Scratch my ass on camera. Check. Avenger. Check. Yeehaw, brother Chucker.